Hey, Jay Allen from My TrueNORTH. It's that time again on a Monday, so it's time to dive into the ADDAZERO insights and share a little bit more about what you can do to be able to significantly and sustainably grow your business. It's our intent and our mission to be able to eradicate unemployment across the UK by helping business owners just like you to be able to scale up your business, that we create more demand for new jobs than there are people actively seeking employment. And today, we've spent the last couple of weeks looking at content in ADDAZERO establishing Basecamp. So I've decided to put that book to one side, and today we're going to dive into the sequel, Scales to Summit. Now, again, just to put this into context so you understand exactly as to what, where, when, why, and how, ADDAZERO Establishing Basecamp, Book 1, is all about being able to get the right scalable foundations in your business. There are so many business owners that will start out and put some things in place, but won't have sufficient things in place to be able to continue to grow and scale. And our evidence gathered over 7 years and now well over 119,000 different businesses that we've surveyed and got data on clearly demonstrates unless we have all 8 elements within our business, then at some stage in the growth journey, it will cause either flaws to create flaws within the business that will stagnate growth, or at risk of growing broke. Now, quickly share what they are, and then let's dive into the book and find out as to exactly what it's going to share with us today. So, as a startup, as a small pre-revenue or solopreneur, as a startup, we've got to have 3 fundamental elements to be able to run any business. There has to be some form of marketing, be that word of mouth or recommendation or referral, be that outreach or networking, some method of communicating to other people who you are and what you do. Marketing. Then we hand over to sales, and sales is responsible for generating income. So marketing puts the message out and creates the awareness and the inquiries, and then sales' job is to convert those inquiries and interested parties into fee-paying customers. And then obviously, in order that we don't have to just give lots of refunds out, operations is responsible for being able to convert that paid customer into a happy customer by delivering something to them, either physical and a product-based business, or a service in a service-based business, or a combination of the two. But a reason, an exchange of value for the person not to say, hang on a minute, I didn't get anything for that, I want my money back. So we've got to have 3 functions already operating within the business: marketing, sales, and then some form of operation. And the majority of startup businesses start working through that, but I often call it shortwave radio, or sometimes ultra frequency frequency radio, where do the work, win the work, win the work, do the work, win the work, do work, win the work, do it. It's so busy. You're either winning stuff or you're doing stuff, or you're winning stuff or you're doing stuff. We've got to find a way of being able to stabilize the ship and create some form of sustainability so you don't burn out. And that's where the 4th element comes in, either building a winning team and starting to be able to find some way of being able to continue for the business to continue running without us having to do anything and everything within the business. So either outsourced or being able to JV or partner, have a part-time employee or an apprentice within the business, somebody else to do some of the doing. And also some form of financial management to be able to ensure that as the money comes in, we're reinvesting it to be able to grow the business. And that's all about the foundations, which we cover in book 1. However, Once we've got it working and it's a well-oiled machine, we can start to predict what's happening where and when. Now it's time to be able to hit the accelerator and to be able to grow and scale the business. And for that, I've written the sequel, Scaled to Success. And all we're going to do today is I'm just going to flick through the pages and find a page that might perhaps comes to mind and then talk about it. Here we go. So I'm on page 74. It's under the paragraph, your 3 to 5 year growth plan. And I'm simply going to quickly read out what it says on the top of page 74, and then we're going to discuss how you can implement it today in your business to start to be able to move that needle forward. It says here, brainstorm winning moves. Start by brainstorming a comprehensive list of at least 20 potential ways you and your team can think of to increase revenue. Some ideas to jumpstart the revenue braining process are as follows, and I've put half a dozen or so here on the page. Number 1, what's my competitor or competition not willing to do that we are? That might be if we're in the service-based business and oh no, we work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Well, are you willing to work evenings and weekends? Is there a demand and call for it? What's my competition not willing to do? Oh no, we're a local-based business. We only cover the BA1 postcode. Well, that's interesting because we're national. So what is it that the competition, either local, regional, national or international, are not willing to do that your potential clients aren't being serviced that you could possibly do? Number 2, what do your current customers hate but have to put up with about the thing that you do? Not necessarily that you do, but the industry. Maybe, well, whenever the electrician comes around, he does a wonderful job with the electrics, but he's forever leaving all of the wire in the bits and the rubbish around as he's finished. I end up having to go around and hoover after the electrician's gone. Window cleaner, fabulous, does all my windows and all that type of stuff, and then pours all the dirty stuff down my drains, and the drains stink. What is it that people put up with that you could do as an added bonus to mitigate what other people are failing to do so? Number 3, do you have an asset or a diamond in your own backyard? What is it that you're not yet doing? It could be that you've got some knowledge, some experience, some capability that you haven't yet fully utilised and commercialised in the business because either you don't know how or you don't know who to sell it to. What is that they're in your business that's the diamond in the rough that you haven't even given considerations to yet, that if you put it out there and starts to talk to people about it, someone's going to come along and say, oh my God, where have you been all my life? That's what I need right now. Number 4, what's the biggest barrier to entry that your prospects are having, and how could you possibly remove it? How many times have people come so far towards you and then subsequently not converted? Well, what's the problem that's preventing them from being able to go from prospects to customer? Is it price? Is it time? Is it quality? Is it something else? What are you not doing in favour of winning the customers that you do that you could massively increase your conversion rate if you tweaked or amended or changed or completely and utterly started again with a different methodology of being able to help people to move towards you? So what is it that the conversion rate piece that you need to tweak and amend or move or change or trial in order to be able to see if you can improve that even further? Number 5, are there opportunities to consider through partnership, acquisition or joint venture? Listen, all of your customers are customers of somebody else. They don't spend all of their money, their salary, their savings with you. They spend it elsewhere also, and you have a fraction of what they spend. But wouldn't it be interesting if whatever they spent, they either spent with you or somebody that you've either connected or linked or benefit from that in actual fact there's some form of financial gain either for you directly or into the group of people that subsequently recommend and refer you anyway, that more money is being spent in people that are in your network than they are out of it. Now, maybe a poor example, but you've only got to look recently that I went to go to Argos and found our local Argos has disappeared. The shop's closed, only to find out that it's now repatriated and inside Sainsbury's. Well, could it be that Sainsbury's saw Argos as a competition and subsequently have gone into some form of JV partnership? I do know what the circumstances are, but perhaps it's a relatively easy to understand example of how to be able to bring one set of customers towards another set of customers and say, listen, while you're here, why don't you buy some of this as well? And the increase of the sale value goes up, even if not everything goes into your till, it goes into the group till, and they continue to recommend and refer, because Argos customers will buy from Sainsbury's and Sainsbury's customers will subsequently buy from Argos. What are some big ideas or opportunities we have discussed in the past but you've not yet acted on? There might be something in your arsenal that you've had a great idea but you were either too busy, or it wasn't the right time, or you hadn't given considerations to how to be able to get it out there, or you hadn't considered the audience, or you'd even tried but it had failed, and as a result you decided scrap that, start again, as opposed to saying, why did it fail? What do we need to do differently next time so we have a better outcome? And like I say, that's just today's ADDAZERO insights. I've taken it from ADDAZERO Scale to Summit, the second book in the series. And we've looked at 6 different methods that you might not give considerations to just now, that if you did, could make a significant and sustainable difference to both you and your business. Listen, all I ask you to do is, if you're watching this live, please put hashtag live and what you've got from it today. If you're watching on a replay, simply put hashtag replay, and again share with me what was the biggest learning that you've taken from today's live. And I'd be most grateful if you might consider who else is in your network who won't have seen this video because it's in the ADDAZERO community, who you could invite to be able to come along and say, listen, I learned something new today. Jay does these lives every Monday lunchtime. Why don't you come and join us so you could benefit from also? Invite them to come and join the party, because like I said, we've made it our mission to be able to eradicate unemployment. And the only way we can do that is to be able to support more and more and more business owners to ADDAZERO. God bless, take care, have a great Monday, and I look forward to speaking again real soon.